Hey, what's up, everybody? Loyd-Calhoun here, the author of the Merry Cats Go, and another let's be real in the red type of moment for me. You know, kids today, they don't understand rank. They think they're adults, and maybe I failed. Maybe I failed as a parent. I didn't fail on them as far as teaching them that academics are important. But maybe I failed in showing them their place in the world. When I was a kid, if you had a family function, the adults might be eating crabs, but the kids was probably eating beans and franks at the kiddie table. Do we still have kiddie tables out here? Or are the kids sitting at the adult table hearing adult conversations? So a lot has changed over time. And I think it's important that we get kids back in their place, and let them know their rank. It's so much of a difference. Like, for instance, my son, he was like, "Dad, I think today we should get some seafood boils." And I got 5 people in my household. A seafood boil like $35 a pop. And he just instantly, requesting this, like, we got it like that and everything. Like, it's like you could get this at any time. I love my kids to death, and I know I'm not the only parent struggling with this, because there's a lot of parents out here that be like, "Oh, my daughter, she 2 going on 16, or she 4 going on 30, or she 12 going on 48." These kids are wise beyond their years. Hell, I can even remember at the cookout, it was a lot different too. At the cookout, shoot, you definitely would have a hot dog. You was lucky. You was real lucky to get a hamburger, but you wasn't eating ribs with the adults. The ribs was for the adults. You know what I'm saying? It was ranks to it, And I say that to say this. It's important for kids to know ranks because it shows them wisdom. And it's important for kids to just, be able to be kids. I mean, they shouldn't be growing up so fast or being in such a rush to grow up that, they lose their childhood experience. So I think it's important, don't be a failure like me, with letting your kids think they're grown. They think when they come home from school, they did a full day of work, like you did a full day of work, and it's cool out time. Nah, this things need to get done around the house. Nah, I ain't make this mess you did. You better tighten up. But that's a subject for another day. But yeah, it's very important for kids to know their rank. I'm sure I'm not the only parent that's dealing with this or whatnot. And let's let the kids know that, they might get a bad grade on a homework assignment, or they might have a tough time with their homework assignment and be stressed out about it. But at the same time, they don't know what the parents is dealing with, as far as remembering all these passwords, or paying bills, or figuring out what they're going to feed them for dinner every night, and different things like that. So they don't sometimes when they're young, they are not able to comprehend all the things that a parent goes through to really provide for them. But it's very important that we get our kids to just be able to have that discipline and respect for adults. Let's go back to the old days with some things, I encourage that if you have a family function or something, have something set aside for the kids to do. That's what I'm trying to do now with a lot of the things that I'm working on. Just trying to have something for the kids to do, to be kids. Hell, there's no rush to grow up, because when you get a job, when you get older, ain't no more nap time. So let the kids be kids. And besides the kids being kids, just remember that there's no rush to grow up. There's no reason why we should be saying our kids is 10 years older than what they are. That's our fault. We expose them to too much. So let's tighten up as parents. I know I am. And it's a little difficult when they get older, but hey, your job is to lead them and guide them. You are their first teacher. So that's the message I got today. If you thought this was real, please like, share, or subscribe, or send this to somebody that you know that might be in the same boat. Thank you for watching today. Be well with thanks. Elevation chasing.